Hello everyone, and welcome back to Sleep Pharmacy. This is our 16th episode. I am your host, Dr. Chizuko Nakayama, a pharmacist and researcher of traditional herbs. Tonight, I want to talk about a plant that might make some of you jump if you hear its Japanese name, Kuzu. In Japanese slang, Kuzu can mean a good-for-nothing person. But tonight, we are talking about the incredible climbing vine, Kuzu. In Japanese, the kanji, Chinese character for Kuzu, is also used in the word katto, which means conflict or dilemma, literally illustrating how the vines of Kuzu and wisteria tangle up with each other. This plant possesses a level of reproductive power that is almost unbelievable. In the United States, people call it the green monster because it can easily swallow entire fields, trees, and even abandoned houses. The leaves are massive, often larger than adults' hands, and it grows right by your roadside. Now let's talk about how Kuzu coexists with us in Japan. Previously, we discussed the 7 flowers of autumn, and Kuzu was proudly featured in that classic selection. It takes about 3 years of growth for a Kuzu plant to begin blooming. A single root can send out multiple vines stretching over 30 meters in every direction, completely taking over the landscape. When it reaches this mature stage, it forms a dense, dark canopy where the beautiful purple flowers bloom high up in the treetops. Because I am relatively short, harvesting these high-reaching flowers is always quite a challenge for me. For local farmers and land managers, cleaning this stubborn vine is a never-ending nightmare. But if you look closely, Kuzu is actually a highly generous plant. Its flowers, vines, leaves, and massive roots are all exceptionally useful if you know how to handle them. Next, let's look at how we can actually eat this wild plant. If you walk along any riverbank or mountain trail in Japan during the summer, you will see Kuzu vines climbing up utility poles and creeping along power lines. The most distinctive feature of Kuzu is that the entire plant, especially the young vine tips, is covered in thick, fuzzy hairs. If you grab the very tip of a young vine stretching toward the road, you can easily snap it off with your fingers. Usually the tender, edible part is about the first 20 centimeters. However, if you try to eat it raw, the textures are incredibly fuzzy and unpleasant. To fix this, I use a small trick. I hold the vine tips with chopsticks and lightly singe them over a gas stove flame. The fire instantly burns away the irritating hairs, making them perfectly smooth. After that, you can fry them as crispy tempura, boil them for an ohitashi salad, or stir-fry them. It is a fantastic way to enjoy the fresh taste of summer. Moving on, let's explore the magical kitchen crafts you can do with Kuzu flowers. The purple flowers of Kuzu have a lovely sweet fragrance. While some people infuse them in alcohol to make a fragrant liqueur, I love using them for natural fermentation. Deep inside the Kuzu flower heads lives a hardy strain of wild yeast. If you harvest the flowers, place them in a clean jar with water and a bit of sugar. This wild yeast immediately goes to work fermenting the sugar. Within maybe 3 weeks, it transforms into beautiful ruby red sparkling wine. If you let the fermentation continue even further, it naturally turns into a vibrant purple herbal vinegar. Using this homemade kuzu vinegar to make a sushi rice turns the rice a gorgeous bright pink color, adding a beautiful, elegant touch to your dinner table. Later in the video feed, I will share some photos of this vinegar, so please take a look at its stunning color. Next, let's examine the underground treasure of Kuzu, the root. Kuzu root grow incredibly deep and thick, looking like massive, woody sweet potatoes. They are so nutrient-rich that wild boars constantly dig up the soil to eat them. It takes anywhere from 5 to 30 years for a root to reach a harvester's size. Once dug up, washed, sliced, and dried, this root becomes the celebrated shoyaku, known as kakkon. This is the central ingredient in Kakkonto, Japan's most famous and beloved herbal cold medicine. When you extract the pure starch from this woody root, you can get kuzuko or honkuzu, kuzu powder, which is used to make comforting hot ginger drink and delicate traditional sweets. However, there is a commercial catch. Real 100% pure kuzuko is extremely expensive because the extraction process is incredibly labor-intensive. If you look closely at the ingredient labels of cheap kuzuko products in supermarkets, you will find they are actually made of potato starch. バレイショでんぷん While potato starch is fine, real kuzu starch has a completely different velvety texture and holds superior medicinal value. From a pharmaceutical standpoint, kuzu belongs to the legume family, meaning it is highly rich in isoflavones, specifically compounds called diazein and purine. These active components dilate blood vessels and promote healthy circulation. This is why Kakkonto is incredibly effective for relieving stiff shoulders and warming the body. In traditional medicine, we believe that the cold evil enters our bodies through the upper back. Kakkonto acts as a warm shield, heating the neck and shoulders to block the illness from spreading. Finally, Let's look at the medicinal benefits of the flowers. Why the root trees called the dried flowers of Kuzu, known as kikka, have been used since ancient times as a traditional remedy for the liver, specifically to treat hangovers. Recently, you might have noticed Kuzu flower extract appearing in modern weight loss and diet teas. Scientific studies indicate that kikka helps suppress the synthesis of fat in the liver, making it a highly popular ingredient for metabolic support. As you can see, every single inch of kuzu offers a unique medical benefit. I hope the next time you see this green giant taking over a roadside, you will feel a sense of excitement instead annoyance, recognizing it as a massive, wild medicine cabinet. To summarize tonight's story, a plant feared as invading monster across the seas is actually a highly revered treasure of Eastern medicine, offering us nourishment, healing, and even beautiful culinary colors right from our backyards. Our channel shares the surprising hidden lives of familiar plants from a pharmaceutical perspective, delivered quietly every week before you sleep. If you'd like to continue this journey with me, please take a quick moment to hit the subscribe button or follow us on Spotify before you swipe away into sleep. Tonight, please enjoy a warm cup of tea, imagine the beautiful purple flowers, and have a deeply relaxed rest. Thank you for staying awake to listen. Have a peaceful night. Good night.